Welcome to BootSpy. My name is William, and today I'm going to show you how to break in your boots properly. I just got a brand new pair of Wolverine 1,000-mile boots. I'm super excited to wear these. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to break these in, I'll walk you through it, and I'm going to show you exactly the tips and tricks that I use to make this process as easy and quick as possible. So let's get into it. Guys, welcome in. So grateful to have you here. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below and give me a thumbs up. It is super helpful for the channel and I really appreciate it. As I said, I just got the Wolverine 1,000-mile boots. I'm super excited to get out there and try them on and kind of start going into that break-in process. Now, for some boots, this can be a really long, painful process. The most recent pair I got was a pair of Red Wing Iron Rangers, and that was pretty torturous for the first few days. But it's a lot better now, and I've learned a lot about breaking in boots, and I've got this new pair that I thought would be, Wolverine 1,000 miles. I've heard mixed reviews in terms of how these are breaking in, so I'm just going to go through the whole process of what I do to make sure that I'm breaking in my boots properly, so I'm not getting weird creasing, and so that I'm not getting like gnarly blisters on my heels and like ruining my feet forever, so that I'd have to hobble around like a cripple or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. So the first thing that you're going to do, and I already did this, but the first thing you want to do is just make sure that the boot fits your foot. A lot of times if you're shopping in store, you have that down, it's no problem, but you want to have enough room in your toe, at least a half inch, at very, very minimum half inch, but a lot of times people will leave a full inch at the toe. You want to have enough room in the instep. It's okay if the sides of your feet fit a little snug, but it shouldn't be tight. You shouldn't ever feel like if you leave these on for an hour, it shouldn't feel tingly. If any of those things are happening to you, or you have too much heel slip, that means your boot is too small if you don't have enough room in toe. Any of those problem areas, if it's too small, then you need to go get a larger boot because there's no amount of breaking in or wearing that is going to solve that problem. The first thing I'm going to do with these boots, after I've made sure that the fit is good, and on these I know that the fit is good, I'm going to wear them for a few hours inside the house. The reason being, once I go outside, if the sole starts to get scuffs at all and there's any dirt in there, I could never return them. These, once you go outside, you're committing to the boots. So I want to make sure, just double check for 1 to 2 to 3 hours, just kind of get a couple creases in there, relax the leather, and just make sure that I'm not feeling any of that, like my foot falls asleep or anything like that. I don't want to feel any of that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to, I need to return it if it was too tight in any area. And for that reason, I'm not willing to commit to them yet. I might need to exchange them for a different size, so I don't want to wear them outside. One of the best ways to relax the leather while you're inside is just kind of rock back and forth, especially around the toe here and around the instep and ankle. That's gonna help break in the sole a little bit, kind of loosen that up. It's gonna loosen up some of the leather fibers around those areas. And that's just going to help you understand whether or not you have the right fit. You can take, if you have stairs in your house or just right outside of your apartment or house, I have a couple stairs out there that I do this on, but I'll put my foot on the stair and I'll just rock it back and forth. That really helps kind of add a little bit of weight to help crease the leather. All right, guys, it's my favorite part of breaking in a new pair of boots. I'm taking these Wolverine 1,000 miles out into the world, and then I'm going to walk to the local brewery. It's about 1.5 miles there. 1.5 miles back, so it's 3 miles in total, and I found that is a really good first walk to really break in the boots, and then I'm going to give the boots a day's rest, and then I'm just going to keep wearing them. I mean, the name of the game is just wearing the boots as many times as possible to get them broken in before you have to, go on like a 6-7 mile hike or go for a day of work, something that could really mess your feet up. But I find like a 1.5 mile walk or 3 mile walk is a great way of just getting that first break-in done. Plus you end up with a beer at the end. All right, guys, so I have taken these Wolverine 1,000-mile boots on their maiden voyage. Honestly, they weren't really hard to break in at all. I did not get any blisters. I thought these were gonna be a little bit tougher, but they weren't. So I'm really happy with that. I'm glad I don't have sore feet today. The first thing I did when I got home is I popped in a couple of shoe trees, and I'm not gonna wear these today. I'm gonna give them a day of rest. That is kind of the typical protocol for breaking in boots. Wear them one day for a good walk, and then let them breathe for another day. I always recommend getting a pair of shoe trees, cedar, that really helps with just the odor and keep that under control, but also helps keep the leather shape, and it's just a good practice. So when I went out, I wore thick wool socks. I just kind of generally wear this style of sock for any boot, but that really helps, especially on the first time you wear them, because it can seriously rub in the heels or around the ball of your foot. Those are kind of the typical problem areas. So if you are going out and the boots are really hard on your feet, like my Red Wing Iron Rangers, again, definitely always wear a pair of thick wool socks the first time, but you can kind of take those target areas, use some Band-Aids, especially for me, it's on my heel. So I would put a Band-Aid on my heel and then put the socks over that. That helps a lot. If they're super, super tough, you can wear 2 pairs of socks. That would get really hot, but it's a good way of just initially breaking that leather in and getting those creases and softening it up without like completely destroying your feet. A couple other ways to soften up the leather is use something like a shoe cream. This is Venetian. This really just helps soften the leather. It's a good shoe care policy to use something like this. This is Horween Chrome Excel leather, and so Venetian is a great product for that. So I'll go ahead and use that. That's going to continue to soften leather as I wear it, 3, 4, 5 more times. That's going to be really helpful. Moving forward, I'm going to continue to wear these every other day until they're fully broken in. And guys, if you have any tips for how you break in boots, let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested in hearing what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button down below, give me a thumbs up, and until next time, put your best boot forward.